working okay. Okay, let me just make sure everything is working this way, because I am just trying different things out. This is a good one, by the way. And this, wait now, because I can hear myself there. I don't know if you could hear me there. Okay, so let's go. Yes. So today, embodies spiritual wealth, where your body really is the wealth barometer. We're going to speak about that. And also, this is just what I find with working with the Oracle code of the 4 hologram bodies. When I'm working with wealth and prosperity, or even just abundance, because wealth doesn't just mean money. It could mean wealth across all areas of our life. And most people think that spiritual wealth is just about feeling abundant or thinking positive thoughts. And we all know that it's just not true. But true wealth embodiment it really happens in your nervous system, your energy field, and your identity. There's other factors that play here as well, but they're your 3 main factors. So here's what most don't realize, that your body tells you. Yeah, your body's your wealth barometer. Yeah, because you can manifest affirmations all day. I mean, we could probably say that everybody on here has done affirmations and just never got anywhere. They do work, but they take an awful long time to work. But if your body doesn't feel safe holding more, it'll just sabotage. It'll just resist it, or it'll collapse under the pressure. And this is not a mindset issue. It's a somatic wealth block, body. Because the mind says, I want overflow. And the body says, but survival feels safer. And that just makes it your body is the wealth barometer. There's other things going on here, and we're going to discuss that. You don't manifest from your thoughts alone, and you manifest from your energetic state, and your body does hold the score. Now, I've known this for a very long time, that the body holds the score, but knowing it and actually knowing it is 2 different things. Yeah? Who's with me on that? Tell me in the comments. Is knowing something, but actually knowing, an inner knowing, a deep knowing, knowing it is totally different from just knowing it. Yeah. Hello, Lorena. Low energy today. That's why I'm here. Yeah, this will help me, darling. This will help. Hello, Claire. So why it manifests? Because when you try to expand into your wealth, that could be your money, clients, visibility, your luxury, ease, your abundance. Yeah. Your nervous system checks, is this safe? That's the first thing it does. Is it safe? Yeah. And if you've had unprocessed trauma, scarcity conditions, or ancestral patterns of lack, your body might translate expansion as a threat, as danger, or you've got loss of control. So the mind versus the body conflicts, you're doing the vision boards, you're journaling abundance, you're visualizing, you're repeating out affirmations like I am wealthy, I'm abundant. But behind the scenes, your body is saying, if I get more, I'll lose love. If I shine, I'll be attacked. If I charge more, they'll leave or they'll judge. If I receive, I'll owe something. And that's somatic dissonance that's going on. There's a wealth block wired into your nervous system. And this is how it shows up. You underprice your offers, even when you know their value, and your value. You feel exhausted, low energy, especially every time money goes out. Yeah. You avoid visibility. What I mean by that is you avoid doing lives, sales, launches. I put my pan big up to that one. and not the going live, but the actual sales part, you have a big month, then everything crashes. You say yes when your soul's screaming no, and we all feel that in the body. You're yeah, I'm going to do that. A couple of steps, the behaviors come in. It's not that you don't want more, it's that your body doesn't yet feel safe holding more. Yeah, who feels that? I know I certainly have done that many times in the past. That heavy, there's just like you're carrying something around with you. You know there's something there and you just can't quite get to it. Yeah, because it's held in the body. And the solution to all this is you embody safety. You must build capacity to hold more through somatic healing, through breath work, frequency attunement, using the breath, releasing survival energy from the body, or practice receiving without guilt or hypervigilance. Somebody's going to take it from me, or somebody's going to judge me, or tuning your nervous system to overflow, not scarcity. Also, connecting to the body, the physical body, and the energy, of the body, your wire, your energetic system, your nervous system. Connect to them. I've got names for them. My energetic system is energetic Eileen, and my nervous system is nervous Nora. I have names for them, and I give them jobs to do. It resonates so much what you're saying. Yeah, because it does. It's so really apparent. This is why this is what we work with. In the oracle code, in the physical body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, the hologram body, and so many other things with the med beds and all the rest of it. Because you need to, if your body is still wired for not enough, it'll reject overflow like it's a virus. And if you want quantum results, you must create energetic safety first. And that's what we're going to do in this embodiment practice today. We're going to be wiring your body to feel safe in abundance, safe to hold it, safe to expand it, and safe to shine. Let me know in the comments if you're up for that. He's all up for that. Be great. Because remember, wealth responds to identity, not effort. It's not about doing more. I used to think, I'm a workaholic. I'll put my hand up to it. Massive workaholic. And it comes from not being good enough. It comes from, I've got to do better. I've got to show people that I am good enough. I've never been good enough. Yeah. Not anymore though. Yes, that pattern will come in sometimes, but I've really been embodying the spiritual wealth. Yeah, I've been embodying and connecting to my all the parts of me, not just the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, and the psychological. There's so many parts that we have, and I've been giving them jobs to do, so they don't feel like, come on now, you got to work. I'm actually giving them jobs to do, but it's internal, it's inside. Yeah. And remember, it isn't about doing more. It's about being that frequency of the version of you who already has it. Even if it's just 5 minutes of you having it, because that means you're living from the vision and you're not chasing it. Because if you keep trying to become her or him, you'll keep your wealth timeline arm's length. That will never come. Because if you're chasing it, guess what? You're coming from lack. Let that sink in. If you're chasing it, you're coming from lack. So, but if you're be her now, if you're her, that who you want to be, that wealth, that wealth will collapse time to meet you. And this is where most people get stuck, especially healers, coaches, spiritual entrepreneurs, who've been conditioned to over deliver and prove their worth. Tell me in the comments, is that you? Because I know it certainly has been me for a long, long time. Yeah. And the lie is that if I just work harder, post more, build more, then the wealth will come. But wealth doesn't reward effort. It doesn't. It rewards alignment with your identity, your frequency, and your truth. Yeah. And the truth is, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Yeah. And if you're still trying to become the wealthier version of you, then you're anchored in the identity of lack. So always check in with yourself. Am I chasing? If you're chasing something, hello Sarah, how are you doing, Dylan? If you're chasing something, you're coming from lack. I wish I'd known this many years ago. Yeah. Because when you're chasing her, which tells the universe, I'm not her yet. So energetically, this causes distance, it causes delay, it causes misalignment. Yeah. And when the timeline collapse happens, when you embody her before there's evidence, when you make decisions like her, when you make those bold moves like that wealthy self, and you feel what she feels, confidence, peace, overflow, now. Yeah. And I know some of you will say, but I've never felt that, so how the hell am I going to feel that? You just ask yourself, how would that feel if I was that? And probably you have felt it, you just not realized it. And also walk, speak, eat, show up, and price yourself like it's already bloody yours. Because the moment your identity shifts and really catches up, it really does, it shifts. And I've been proving this to myself over and over and over and over again. Yeah. When I got my energetic system on board, my and this is a true happening, by the way. Probably about last year sometime, I spent a fortune on a media PR. Yeah, never got anything from it. Media PR, meant to be very good, best in her field. Yeah, didn't get anything. And then I started really checking in with my nervous system, checking in with my energy system, seeing where my emotional field was, just really checking in, the feminine, the masculine, just really seeing where everything was, and aligning, not doing. There's a difference. Aligning, not doing. I'm a doer. When you're a workaholic, you're a doer, you're an action taker. I'm a manifesting generator, so I can do a lot of things at once, yeah, because that's what my brain holds. So it's been quite different for me to be in alignment, complete alignment, as opposed to being in the doing. Now, you have to still do when you're in alignment, but sometimes you still got to be in stillness, yeah, as well. And I've just been doing what my nervous system, my energetic system has been telling me, my body's been telling me, but listen to the body. And basically from doing that, within a matter of just like 2-3 days, if that, the universe started to show me. And a journalist came through in my email and basically asked me for my whole story and is putting a big story about me, pitching it to an editor, to go into Women's Weekly or what's the other one? There's another big magazine that they want to do a spread. It's amazing. I didn't do anything. I sent that an email to that girl way back in December. Never heard anything back. And then all of a sudden I get an alignment, bang, comes. And that's not the only thing. Other things were starting to become it blows your mind. Absolutely blows your mind. And if you're a doer like me, stop. Yeah, you've still got to do, because you've still got to take action. But shift the question. Not how do I get wealth or how do I get more wealth, but who do I need to be to live in wealth right now? Who do I need to be to live in wealth right now? Then act from that place. Take one bold action from that place, but also check to make sure you've not got any energetic drains. I'm going to take you through it so you can see what I'm talking about. And speak from that place and receive from that place. Now, will fear come up? Of course it bloody will. Just part of it. However, it won't be as strong. It'll be a different kind if you're in alignment. And actually, sometimes when you're in true alignment, when you're really aligned, you're actually more in the excitement, because fear and excitement are two very similar feelings. It's just a fine line between the two of them. So it's more of an excitement that comes when you're in true alignment. And the secret is, the wealthy version of you isn't waiting in the future. She exists in the quantum field now, in your time. We have many, many timelines, guys. Which timeline do you want to be on? Do you want to be in the timeline of scarcity, of lack, not being enough, of doing, workaholism? Which timeline do you want to be in? I know I certainly don't. I want to be in the best timeline possible for me, where I am the wealthy me now. Yeah? You don't need to become her, neither. That's where a lot of people get it wrong. You just need to remember her. Let her take the lead. Connect to the feminine, the masculine. See what's going on there. Yeah? Because your field tells the universe what you're available for. If you leak energy, and what I mean by that is, if you're people pleasing, if you've got a fear of charging, a fear, or you avoid being seen, what your field transmits is lack. Pure and simple. That's what it's transmitting, lack. And wealth is not attracted to confusion. It's attracted to clarity, to certainty, to congruence. So it really, you've got to feel that certainty within the body when you are your wealthy self. And you remember your wealth self, because in your timeline, you wouldn't be on the skull. And your field tells the universe what you're available for. Even before a word leaves your mouth, even before money hits your account, your energetic field has already placed the order. So what is the field? The field is the sum of your thoughts that you're on repeat. If you are in negative thoughts constantly, me in my 30s, and I was actually a good-looking woman when I look back, but me in my 30s, what I used to say to myself was horrendous. I wouldn't even speak to my worst enemy the way I spoke to myself. And it was on repeat, constant. And I noticed that I didn't have any mirrors, very little mirrors. People would come and say, you've no mirrors in your house. Yeah, because I didn't like looking at myself, so why would I have a mirror? Yeah, beautiful house, by the way, but very little mirrors. And that tells you a big story there. Your field is also the emotions you carry. What's the emotions you're carrying? What's the big emotion you're carrying? You know, you've got to feel into your field to see what it is. What's the boundaries you're holding? If you've not got good boundaries, what do you think you're telling the universe? What do you think is happening there? And also the choices you make. Especially the energy that you walk into the room with. And we've all been there when people have, when people have walked into the room and you've seen, if somebody's just had an argument because you can feel it. Like, oof, what's going on there? Or if somebody's just full of life, everybody's attracted to them. You just feel it because it's your broadcast, your broadcast signal to the universe. And the universe, being exact, always reflects it back. And also check your energy leaks that signal lack. If you're undercharging or you're discounting because you're afraid to lose the sale, that's an energy leak. Yeah? And it's coming from lack. You're people pleasing to avoid judgment or rejection. Again, another energy leak from lack. You're dimming your lights so you become relatable. How many people do this on the spiritual arena? Spiritual entrepreneur, coach, sailor. They dim their gifts so they can become like others. I know I certainly did it myself. And most of the time, these people never ever get anywhere because they are not living from the true gifts. If your mind and your heart and your soul is embodying your true gifts, what you're here to do, that's what we look at in the oracle code, what your gifts are, you cannot succeed. Yeah? Because in Mayan culture, which is thousands of years old, it's the same thing. You whenever they say you've got the heart, the head, and the soul, when they're together, everything's aligned. Just abundance just flows. Wealth flows. And if you're avoiding visibility because of imposter syndrome, big one, yeah, or overgiving in fear, they won't come back. Another big one. And what you're sending that signal to the universe is not to other people, to the universe. I don't believe I'm worthy. I don't trust myself. I can't hold more yet. And guess what wealth does with that signal? It waits, and it waits, and it waits until your field becomes a full body yes. So it means you know what you stand for, you know what you're calling in, and you're willing to be seen in your power, because you've got to have clarity. Not perfection, clarity. So hold your prices and your energy without apology. That's the field of congruence. And the congruence is magnetic to the universe, and it's magnetic to others. And the universe responds to your energetic clarity, not your hustle. So confused energy creates confused results. So have clear energy, guys. Yeah, that moves mountains. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything. And it also creates money, well, in all areas too. So spiritual wealth isn't about feeling abundant. It's about being a match to overflow in your nervous system, your energy field, and your identity. And wealth is not about doing more. It's about who you are being when no one's watching. Yeah? It's just amazing how we really do that. Yeah. So let's embody it now. Let's have a wee practice to embody this now, because we're going to drop into the frequency of overflow, not through thought, but through your body. Yeah. So as long as you're not, you're not driving or operating machinery, close your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath in. And hold it for 4 and just exhale out. Do this 3 times. Just nice big deep breaths in. Just ground the cells. And what I'd like you to do is just hold your body. Breathe in. And just say to yourself, I'm safe to receive. I am safe to expand. And I'm safe to lead in wealth. And just feel that in the body. Now, does your body soften? Or does your body harden, get dense, heavy? Let me know in the comments. Heavy. Yeah. By the way, Mandy, I'm just 2 doors away, two hotels away from Hotel Rio, sorry. Just seen it yesterday. Lighter, good. That's good. Well, and what I want you to do is just hold on to your body so you feel your body. And now I want you to actually access your energy. Yeah, it is beautiful. What I want you to do is I just want you to just call forward your nervous system. Just call it forward. The part of you that's the nervous system. And just wait. Don't overthink it, guys, because that's the worst thing you can do. Just ask for your nervous system. And I always give my parts of me names. As I say, nervous Nora's mine. Steal it if you want. And just feel that. And then bring your nervous system forward. Or even bring a symbol for your nervous system. Now, when my nervous system comes forward, sometimes how I feel it in the body is I feel it as a hot flush. Puppet Mandy, brilliant, love it, Mandy. It's like it's like a hot flush of mine comes when my nervous system comes forward. It's a hot flush. And we're just going to speak to that nervous system for a wee minute. And we're just going to ask for just a little gap, or a big gap actually, of them helping you to embody the wealthy self. And we just want to ask for their help. What do you need to do in order for that nervous system to help you to embody that wealthy self? Remember, breath is, even if it gets, you could feel it, you think, oh, breath is very good for that. Don't overthink it, guys. Just the first thing that comes in. And just feel that. And let him or her show you by a feeling in the body. Let them show you. So as I say, mine is a hot flush. I know when mine's has been regulated, it comes over as a hot flush. And sometimes this could just be seconds. Sometimes it could be quite a few minutes it takes. Sometimes it could be 5, 10, 15 minutes, when you do this practice, and just breathe into it. And just say again, I am safe to receive. I am safe to expand. And I'm safe to lead in well. Now, you're going to ask, is there any other part of you that's stopping you from being your wealthy self? This could be your emotional. When does emotional Eileen? Could be your energy. Could be the ego. Shadow. Could also be your fears. Beautiful. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is do the same with them. If those parts came forward, you just say, yeah, can they help you be in the frequency of your wealthy self? Because what you're going to do is you're going to meet and embody that wealthy self. So what I want you to do is visualize your wealthiest. Get them to show you your wealthiest, most spiritually embodied self. And even if you see her or him walking towards you, grounded, glowing, fully expressed, breathe into it. And look into her eyes and ask, what have you released that I'm still holding on to? What have you released that I'm still holding on to? What have you released that I'm still holding on to? What have you released that I'm still holding on to? Could be a number of things. It certainly could be lack. What do you know that I've forgotten? What do you know that I've forgotten? Love that, Sybil. I'm at work waiting for her to get out of the doctor's office. Brilliant. So what do you know that I've forgotten? So this is your wealthy self. You know, you're meeting your wealthy self here. And now you're just going to look and see and ask her or him, how do you carry wealth in your body? How do you carry wealth in your body? How do you carry wealth in your body? And just let those answers drop in. And you may even feel like your body's, it's got, it's just sat up, or it's just more alert. It feels lighter. It just feels stronger. And now you're going to allow and let her energy, because she's you or he, and you're just going to allow them merge. Let them merge together. Allow them to merge with your present energy now. And now, obviously, because I'm sitting here, I can't do this. But what you're going to do is just got to open your eyes and stand and shake your hands. Bounce your knees up and down. So you're bringing it into the energetic system. Yeah, you're just bringing it in. And just shake your hands as well. And I am the current of wealth. I am the source. I magnetize the ease. Just let your hips move. Let your shoulders drop. Let your body believe it. Yeah? And then put that over your eyes. And breathe it in. I am the current of wealth. I am the source. And just feel that energy coming in. And magnetize with ease. And again, place your hands over your heart. And I receive from overflow. I give from power. And what I do is I just imagine my spiritual cord, which is always online. I just imagine the energy from source filling my body up so I can feel that wealthy me in the body. And you'll know if you've done this because your body will feel different. Let me know in the comments, how does your body feel? Does it feel the same? Does it feel different? Does it feel lighter? And you may have to do this a few times. And before, just take a final breath and whisper, it is done. It is done. It is done. And just let this be your baseline. Let this be the version of you that leads. Because when your body, your identity, and your field say yes, it can't help. Wealth can't help but respond. Yeah, just sway, Mandy. Yeah, totally. And it'll feel playful. It'll feel lighter, it'll feel creative. And what I also do from here is I always ask, what's one bold move I can make from this wealthy self? What's that one bold move? And do it. Because when you don't do it, what do you think you're telling that wealthy self? You don't believe her. Yeah? So do the action. Even if the action you think it brings fear and you think, oh shit, I can't do that, still do it. Because that's your higher self, your wealthy self speaking here. And make this a daily practice where you embody, you feel it. Another way of doing it as well is havening, that you just rub your arms up and down and you say, I receive from overflow. I give from power. My field is clear. My energy is certain. I am the embodiment, of divine wealth. And then just big deep breath in. Yes, so Lorena says, wow, powerful process. I'd pain in my solar plexus. It's gone. Yeah, because if you're holding on to lack, you're holding on to the, I call it the shit, that keeps us stuck in our stuff. What actually happens is it can cause pain because when you're doing a process like this, because it's a powerful process, when you do a process like this, it's the energy moving out the body. It's the energy shifting. Yeah. Carol, I did that one bold move today. Carol, you were absolutely amazing, by the way. One of the practitioners did a session with me today, and even just seconds before she was saying what she was doing in my hologram healing, I felt this intense pain in my head, and it was there for just seconds and then gone. But it was the energy moving, it was the energy shifting, which she did. And was she in love and light when she was doing it? She was bloody terrified because that fear of not being good enough. Oh, what if I do this right? What if I do this wrong? And yet she was spot on. Absolutely amazing. Carol, you're amazing. So you were. Well done. Mandy, very powerful. We need to do this every day. Yeah, do it. I suggest that, even if you have to get up 1 hour earlier in the morning, is to spend that 1 hour going inside to see. Connect to all those parts of you, give them names, and actually just see what they're up to, where they're doing, what they're doing. Give them jobs to do. Yeah? Watch your life change, I'm telling you. Because they only want to help you to be safe. That's it. Safety and pleasure. And remember, they love to give pleasure too. So if you've got pleasure and wealth, as we all do, and my big thing with my mission is to really help build a school for the CHAB Foundation. Now, I need to be in wealth for be able to do that, to help them do that. Now, is it just me doing that? No, it's everybody that's coming in to do that. I'm not personally doing that, but I'm helping them with the funds to do that. So I've got to be in overflow. And remember to receive from overflow. Don't receive from lack. If you receive from lack, guess what? There'll be a bill. There'll be something comes out that'll take all that money away. When you receive with overflow, it stays. And when you give from power, more comes in. When you give from lack, you're constricted. Not being good enough, people pleasing. You know the script. And always just say to yourself, my field is clear, my energy is certain, and I am the embodiment of divine wealth. And if you'd like to go deeper, which we'll be doing in the energetic upgrade, which starts on the 12th of May. It's a 3-day experience that I'll be taking people through for initiation, where we will be initiating the body, the holograms. And then we will be, all I'm doing is helping you remember. Then we'll be activating you, your wealth, your codes. And then what we'll be doing after that is transmission. So, and as I say, it's all I'm doing is helping you remember. There's a lot more into it, but I'm just giving you a gist of it. If you've been on my challenges or experiences before, they're powerful. And the link, I think, is in the comments. But however, here is the link also. It'd be great to see you, even if you're on the replay. Where is it? And it is on the 12th. The group will start the 10th